yesterday. All right, you got, all right, good. Good morning, Evan Slide. This is the real one. You can chat on YouTube on the left or on the right. So you can do that. Sharia on YouTube's going now with the chat, so it'll be better than Facebook. So, oh, how am I feeling? I didn't realize I had a busy week. Oh my gosh. Because last Thursday I had the same day surgery. I had an artificial bladder put in, or the pacemaker. And then yesterday I had the Rituxan, my IV. Oh my gosh, let me tell you. Let me tell you. All right, so I don't know if it's Lori, Adam, and Kelly. I met them yesterday. They may be joining us. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Sarah. They're supposed to be joining us. They're from Maryland, and they were in the IV. Could you imagine having IV with me? Uh, I walked in the room and they gave me steroids and they expected me to. Julia, you made me jump. You know how I love that. I love that. Um, you know how you are with steroids? Oh, I got steroid stories for you. So I opened the door and I was kind of on a high anyway. So yesterday I walked in the door for the infusion. Because I'm going to this new doctor. You guys know I fired the old doctor. I walked in and there's people. Hi, John. Love to you. Oh, I have so many fond memories. Remember the trampoline? Could you remember I used to jump on the trampoline? I walk with a walker, John. Now, see, John, I was best friends with his sister and Eileen. And hi, Dennis. There is now, Dennis. I restarted it. I made the same mistake. Every time I do a live, I'm supposed to put it's not for kids so we can chat. And I didn't do that the first time, so I restarted it. But anyway, John, but how is your sister doing? Uh, by the way, I'm we should email each other because I got stories for you too. Uh, yeah, your wedding pictures are beautiful. Your wife's beautiful. I hope you're doing well, John. It's good to see you. And Lisa, my best friend, Lisa Cook, she died of a hideous case of breast cancer. Hideous. And oh my gosh, it was awful. She died in so much pain. So, Chris, it's beautiful to see you. Good to see you. Anyway, I hope Chung, when he makes it here, I met a guy yesterday getting the IV for the steroids, and no, for Ocrevus, and I walked in, and it was his second dose, and he was a young guy, and I think he was a little younger than Chung, but it seemed to me that they were diagnosed in 2000 together. So I asked him to join us today because you know how we all connect. We connect with each other when we're diagnosed around the same time or we have the same symptoms. So I asked him to come here and help somebody else. Chung, gosh, I just thought that Chung could connect with Adam, and they'd be a blessing for each other. Uh, Lori and I clicked. Wait till you guys meet Lori. Lori is one of us. Chris. Sarah, I forget. How long have you had MS? How long, Sarah? And where do you live? You're right. You know, hang on. Okay, Sarah, Sarah. You live in Utah, right? You live in Utah. I'm sorry. Yes, you live in Utah. 15 years. Yeah, you live in Utah. Right. 15 years. Let me make a note. All right. 15. Sarah, what kind of MS do you have, Sarah? All right, 15 years. MS. Yeah, I know you're in Utah. I mean, you know what? Remember what I sent around to all of you, the list? Y'all have the list of who are regulars as you're so okay. So remember when I said one of us this sweet gal Lori is one of us. Sarah, you're one of us. Yeah, Karen, Jane, the regulars. Gina, Frank's always on here. Diana, she watches afterwards. And Betty Joe, she watches afterwards. And Karen, where are you? Karen, did you see that? Yeah. The problem is, Karen, I don't have you, and you're a regular. You're regular. So what I'd love for you to do, Karen, I want to add you to the regular list. Can you personal message me your name, your email address, your cell phone number, because we regulars have that, and your address, because that's something I gotta send you. I gotta send you a bookmark. I want to send you a package of love. Just it's Tim here, Tim. Wait a minute. I'm missing a third. You know what? Hang on. I'm missing my third paper. Right. Susan. All right. I'm a hot mess. I'm a hot mess. Okay. So what happened to me is that I got that pacemaker bladder. Chris, you're here. Yeah, I've got you. Chris. And Christian. Anyway, I'm gonna start calling where we all live. And okay, so I went for my rituximab because I fired the Dr. Johns Hopkins in the hospital, because you all know why your regular attendant, you know the gory details. So then what I did is I got the new doctor, who's my old doctor for physical therapy and neuro rehab. And I had gone in to I asked him for my infusion because my CD19 levels were not below 1, which is the target we want. So they were actually at 5. So he says, "Do you want to get it?" And I said, "Absolutely." So he called it in, got it, and I got my IV right there. And it's like an office he rented down the hallway from his office. I walked in, and there's 2 other people getting Ocrevus for their second time. Oh my God. Let me tell you something. I was there longer. I've been on it for, you guys know more than me, right? I'd like to say 5 years, but you could say, nah, Dulci's been 3 years. You remember my catastrophic attack I was telling you about? Yeah, so it was right after that. I have no idea. I don't even know when my anniversary is. I don't. I just don't know. Doesn't matter. All right, Sherry. All right, what do you think? I have to get a folder because I can't find my list. You know what, Sharia? Check your email. Check your email, because what I'm going to do is update the list. So I need Tina, if you want to be a regular, I know your phone, if you're a regular and you make the jump over to YouTube and you participate in the chat and you use your experiences to help other people. So you're kind of like me. I'm just the room, right? I'm nobody. I am the host. So I am the room that is here every Tuesday and Thursday. So you can citizens, so you can enter the room and meet other people that need you, that you connect with, that you can help. And by the way, every time you help somebody else, I sit there. Oh, I got to tell you, I sit there and I'm in awe. And I got to tell you, this sweet gal named Lori. Uh, I mean, everybody, they were a little better than me. They were both a lot better than me, but they haven't had it 37 years. And I pray they don't get as bad. So she's pushing her IV because she doesn't need the walker. She's pushing her IV out of the IV room to go to the bathroom. We just get this. I don't know why. They put it down the hall, past the elevators. I those of you with SBMS, you know that's an accident waiting to happen, and it was. So anyway, she comes in and they push in that Sherry. Oh, it's wonderful. It's wonderful to see you. But she's pushing the IV. She is having such a rough time, and she walks like something like she's got MS. So she comes in. She can't push it across the division from the carpet into the IV room. You know what she did? She picked it up and carried it to her chair. Oh my gosh. Isn't that awesome? And I'm sitting there and I'm watching that. And I'm like, go, Lori, go, Lori. Oh, it was like a rock star she was. So, you know what? And that's kind of the way I feel when I watch you guys. When you interact with each other, you felt, wait, you were on Rituxan and felt horrible. Okay, Sarah's sharing with us. She was on Rituxan. She felt terrible, and now she's on Tisabri. They put you back on Tisabri. I love Tisabri. They won't put me on it because I got a 3% chance of catching my death, but and no, they won't be responsible for it. So I'm on Rituxan. Didn't make me feel terrible or anything else. And Sarah, you and Chris are on to Sabri. Mentors, you guys are buddy. Bathsheba, hi. Oh, okay. So this is what I was going to say. This here is our regulars. We've got a regular list. Actually, it's longer than that. This is my third and fourth list. So what I'm going to do is update our regulars. And our regulars chat with each other. They help each other. Uh, uh, so what happens is that when you find you're on the same medicine, you're about the same age, or whatever. So you interact with these people on the chat. You connect with somebody. You have their email address. Bathsheba, make the jump over. Go to YouTube and Google Dulci Health. All right, and subscribe to my channel. You'll see that we're doing a live right now, and jump in, and then you can chat. And because you know what, on YouTube, you guys need to know Bathsheba's talking. She's talking, she's interacting, and she says, "Good morning, everyone." So I'm letting you guys know that Bathsheba is say good morning, but the chat isn't as alive on it's not as supportive on Facebook as it is. I mean, this here's a club on YouTube. It is it's a show. It actually is a show where we all interact. So join us over onto YouTube, Bathsheba. Join anybody. You go to YouTube, subscribe to my channel. Oh, and you know what? The only reason why MS Live is you got to subscribe to Dulci Hill is because I'm the host, and I'd forget where it was. If it's MS Live, it's like, is it multiple sclerosis? There's no way I could find it. There's no way. So, all right. Okay, Sharia, you're talking about they gave you Benadryl before Ocrevus and you slept through it. Risk is too high, and I signed a paper to accept the risk. You know what? Mine is too, and they wouldn't let me take it anyway. Because Hopkins said they wouldn't be responsible. I don't know. I don't know. Sharia, Bathsheba, let me tell you something. Sharia loves your name. I love your name, Bathsheba. You are the temptress, right? Bathsheba. No, you're doing your own thing. Oh, poor Bathsheba in the Bible. She's just taking a bath. She happened to be beautiful like you are, Bathsheba. She happened to be beautiful. And then David, God's favorite, looking out the window and sees her. Now, Bathsheba should have pulled the curtains, because, well, but he was, and murdered her husband, and but anyway, the story is pretty fun. All right, okay, Sharia, you're here. If you scroll up, you'll see Bathsheba. By the way, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook right now and you like this, and it hasn't been canceled out of your group because it's not going to always be in your group. We don't share that. Meerkats, go to MS Meerkats and ask to join that group because we're always sharing it every week. It's the number one place I share there. That is okay. Yeah, okay, Chris is sharing she's on to Savary because she was JVC negative. You know what? I was JCV or JVC positive. Jane, I was talking about you yesterday. But you know what? Do you? All right. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. All right, traffic was crazy. But I know where you watch this. Were you in your car for some reason driving to get to a special place that you could be on MS Live and support? I'll tell you what, Susan's here, right, Susan? So you and Susan connect. Where's Gina? Gina, uh, 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 wait. I just saw something. Huh. Frank, good morning, Frank. Good morning, Mace. We're all almost all here. We're missing Gina and Karen. We're missing Gina and Karen and Josette. Oh my gosh. All right, let me. Betty Joe should be here. Robert, we're missing him. Rodney jumps in every now and then. Richard, you're not here. Patricia is not here. No, I know it's MS. It's MS Live. But you know what, Jane? MS Frontiers Live. It's interesting because MS Frontiers is the name of the group that we came up with for Facebook to help people get the latest research, uh, that kind of thing. Get the latest. The website is MS Frontiers also, and that was the portal to find support for people with MS. So msfrontiers.org is that's what that was for. MS Live was something that I kind of dropped the frontiers and did the MS Live because I'm thinking, it's pure in that the only thing that qualifies that you need to have to qualify to help another person in MS Live is multiple sclerosis, by the way, or experience with multiple sclerosis. I had a wonderful IV nurse. Her name's Michaela, and she wanted to know about our channel, our channel. She says, well, first, you know what? You know where I'm guilty, because at some point she says, I want to know about your channel. And that makes me feel bad, because that means I communicated in a way of ownership, and you guys know better. I don't own this. In fact, you guys can slap me down. Because it would be nothing without you. I'd be alone. Excuse me. Drank one. So anyway, Michaela, the IV nurse, wanted the card, and she may have subscribed. She may be paying attention. She may not be chatting. She may be watching, because we've got 8 people watching that's not participating. So we do have people. There was doctors at Hopkins, or different people who are experts that are watching, and there's a very good chance that they want to learn something from what you're saying, because, but they don't, and they're not participating because they actually believe we can't learn from them. So those of you, now there's 9. Those of you who are watching that are not participating, I see it's anonymous, but it shows 9 of you are watching without the interactive chat. So if you join the chat, you go there and participate, introduce yourself, because we need you, and God made you perfect, and you got something to share. Lisa, I didn't say hi to you, and you're my local girl. I miss you. When's the last time you were at the club, the Bel Air Athletic Club? When are we going swimming again? When? For the first time. Isn't it hard? This COVID, I don't know about you, but since the COVID started, I've let myself get away as an excuse. Good for, you know what, Sarah, you're going to the bathroom again. That's okay. That's okay. So your Ditropan, Datrol, Vesicare, Mybetric is not helping. All right, Sarah's team. Oh, she's. Let me see. Sarah's in Clinton. Sarah is in Clinton, Utah. Clinton. What I'm going to do is update our interaction list and share it with y'all. And Sharia and Chris, that y'all was for you. Oh, Sarah, I thought you went to the bathroom. Yeah, you know what? I've done that, Sarah. You're delaying. You're sitting here answering the question instead of going to the bathroom, and you're going to pee your pants unless you're wearing a diaper. And I got stuff. Remember, Sarah, did you watch the last couple MS Lives where I talked about axonics, about the bladder stimulation? Anyway, Sarah, go to the bathroom, come back. You know what? Just go. Love y'all. Is that in the dictionary yet? I know. You know why, Sarah? Because I've done this MS Live, and you guys have seen me. And you guys see me when I say, oh, wait, and I've run to the bathroom. And this is before I had the right combination. But you've also told me I lasted the whole thing. I cared so much about you, and I beat myself right at the end. So then I put on a diaper in case. And now I've got the axonic. So Sarah, you got to be like me. If you're going to ignore your bladder because you're having more fun, and you know what it is? Is it's like having a child, like a 3-year-old who's doing a pee dance. Ah, you no, I didn't. In fact, my hair, the dirtier my hair is, the fuller it is. So I just brush it upside down. I put some baking soda in it to absorb the oil. I just tell you, absorb the oil. And, when I sleep, I wear it up on my head. And I have, believe it or not, I've got thin hair. I've got a lot of thin hair. Yeah. And I was gonna wash the oil out of my hair this morning, but then I thought I really tomorrow's supposed to be in the 80s, and I really want to go to uh, um, the swimming pool, even though I've got the stitches. Oh my gosh! All right, you know what? Are you guys ready to see my stitches, my wound from my where they implanted it? Now I'm not supposed to swim for 2 weeks, and I don't feel my body when I swim. So I'm thinking I can get one of those waterproof band-aids, and you know how they put the IV sticker over your IV so it doesn't move and it's like waterproof. I'm thinking about putting that over and wearing a one-piece bathing suit to hold everything in place. Go to the swimming pool, right? And do my laps, and then I can sit because I sit in the shade. I sit in the shade. Now, Jane, you're talking. All right, Jane and Chris. They keep saying mine aren't ready for surgery yet. So wait. All right, Sarah was replying to Jane. All right, Jane, what are you talking about? Surgery. Chris, my first. Oh, your eyes, cataract. I thought you're talking about the axonic, the bladder stimulation. The bladder stimulation is for Sarah, for you, for me, for anybody who all the medication. I am a rebel. I'm a rebel. But you know what? I'm going to tell you something here. I'm a rebel. I'm gonna tell. Oh gosh, you guys are gonna love this. Little Christian dose. All right, so I'm going to tell you in a minute. So the stimulation, the bladder stimulation, the implant is there okay. All right, it's in there when all the medications stop working, and you just like a leaky faucet. All right, okay, all right, all right. Okay, now it's ugly because remember I'm not even supposed to swim. All right, that's right. Me, you're right. Okay, I'll tell you in a minute. All right, here I go. I'm standing up. Okay, I've got a cute little. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let me see. Let me not show. There is. That's where they put this. It's a very thin. In fact, you can't even feel it. It's like remember my tattoo? It's me. Used to be a rose there. Now, if you look real close, it's the arms out. It's me trying to catch my balance. And then they put the wires on top of my. All right, sorry, I'm showing you that too much there. All right, the wires go right in to the sacral nerve. Okay. Was that actually? No wonder it's not made for kids. All right, no wonder it's not made for kids. Just a second. My battery's low. Okay, because you never know when Dulci's going to show her ass. Oh, sorry about that. So that's what it is. It's not painful. You have a remote control. The surgery wasn't painful. And there's a remote control to turn up the stimulation. And I'll tell you what, the nurse who was there when I was going in for the same day surgery, and they don't put you on general anesthesia, although they say it is. It's propinerol or propanol, same stuff they give you when they give you a colonoscopy for those of us who are older. So anyway, they did that. It's like twilight medication. You don't remember anything. Uh, so anyway, yeah, don't even see it. My hubby's, but you know what? Pacemakers on your chest are larger and they're visible. Remember, I told you that what they put in is like you know what it's like? Half of a wheat thin. Think about wheat thins. It's nothing. And you know what? I'm telling you, it's kind of like getting a walker before you need it so that you can pack your lunch in the front of it, throw your water in, throw your jacket, throw a raincoat, throw everything in, and then get an all-terrain walker, and you can hike for miles. And you do that before you need it for dizziness and stuff. Then all of a sudden you need it one day. It's kind of like that. So you get the walker before you need it. I'm telling you, if I knew that this was this much fun and easy, there is a getting used to it timeline. So when you do the trial really works. But the trial you guys saw, it was very large, right? It was on. In fact, Ranger thought he was going to rip it off my back and play fetch with it. Uh, uh, Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Debbie. But anyway, yeah, you can do that. You can do that. And there's physical therapy that I insist on, right? Instead of transferring for a wheelchair, if you can grab your walker and stand up for a second, put your arms out just a second and hold on, or wind your grip just for a second and then get up and do that for 2 seconds. I don't know if I'm feeling good. Okay, so let me tell you what happened. So yesterday I get my infusion. I get my rituximab. They give me a gram of steroids, right? 1,000 milligrams, right? Steroids make me nuts. So there's the meanest lady in the world who owns the house next door, kicked out the renters. Her husband's really, they're older, but her husband's good looking, nicest guy in the world. But the problem is over the years, she's put nasty notes on my husband's truck, just nasty notes. Your chickens are in our yard. We don't like it. I don't like it. I just don't. Just complained about it. Now she doesn't live there. So get this. She's selling the house for way too much money, but it's okay. So people went and saw the house with this realtor, and I pulled up. You know me, I'm like friendly as a clam. So I walked up. Our clam's friendly. So I pulled up on the Polaris, and I look at these people, and the dogs greet them, and they're just so friendly. And I'm telling them about the neighborhood, and next thing I know, last night, I get a phone call from the lady who owns the house. She's older. Sharon's her name. She calls me up and she says, yeah, Chris, you know where this is going. She calls me up and she says, do you know your husband told these people that you have such a friendly 50s neighborhood that y'all exchange keys and you go into each other's houses. The way she says she's bagging on my husband, and then she says he walked in the house and made everybody feel uncomfortable. He was invited into the house. So I stopped and I went nuts on her. I went nuts. She had poked the dragon enough. And me, Christian Dulci. Hi. So when she called me, so it's, hi Sharon, how are you? Well, let me tell you what I got wrong with you now. And I said, Sharon, you bitch. Let me tell you something. That wasn't my husband. That was me. And you think you've made an enemy before? I promise you, you're selling that house for $400,000. I'm going to greet everybody on the front yard. I'm going to get out on the side of my Polaris and pee in front of them. It's bad, baby. Oh my God. Well, I was homicidal, right? And she called me and to bag on me, and I've never normal. I'm Christian. I pray to God, just let it go, let it go. But I'm from Jersey. I'm a Gemini. I used to have dyed red hair. I snapped, and you know what? I I said, you know what? You always thought I was the nice crippled person with a nice thing to say, and you're a bully, and we're playing now. And you know what I did? And she hung up, and you know what I did? Called her 6 times. 6 times I called her in a row. She did, and the first 3 times you could tell it went to answering machine. And you know what I said to her? Because her husband's got a little bit of a crush on me because he drives by. I said, and she's an old bitch. She is. So I said to her, I said, you know what? I'm calling because I've had it with you. And by the way, your husband, I love your husband. He's hot. He drives by and we talk to him, and I'm telling you, he's got beautiful hair and lips, and yeah, he's a little crazy, but he's easy on the eyes, and I can't believe he's married to you. So, you know what? I can't wait till he comes by next time. You send him over, because I'll tell you what, I'm married, but I got girlfriends that could eat him for lunch. So, so then I hung up the phone 4 times. Or no, I called 6 times. I called. You know what's terrible? I called 6 times between 7 and 8:30, and every time I hung up the phone, and she stopped. You know how you can tell it rings and goes to voicemail, right? It finally at 8:35, it went right to voicemail. So I called up and said, Sharon, I'm calling you because I miss you. Please, please call me back. I miss you. I gotta talk to you. I gotta, you know. And then I called back and I said, I promise I'll wait for you tomorrow. All right. So you know what? She's batshit crazy, but she's never met somebody with MS on 1,000 milligrams of steroids who goes insane. They in the hospital they gave me Librium to calm me down. So I was cray cray. I was nuts. I was nuts, and my husband's laughing because I just. So I'll let you know. The Christian in me woke up this morning, and I in fact, if anything, I called her this morning. I ought to call her and say I'm sorry, but I won't. I won't because she thinks I'm crazier than her, and she's a bully, and she's never had. I'm sure she's never had somebody up the ante and do something nuts. Because the last minute when we were talking, she says, "You, I've had it." She says, "You know what?" She says, you know what? I am really going to, uh, uh, you know what? You better stop this or else. And she said that, and that's when I just snapped. But, and you know what? I had so much fun. I got to tell you, I called her up. I kept calling her up, and I said I'm going to try my best not to call you until the realtor comes, and I get to let you guys know. I get to let you know how I welcomed the next people. But I guarantee you, anybody looking at that house, we're going to make sure they don't live. They don't want to live next to us. Yeah, she's gone. I'm sorry, but this morning I woke up and I had the Christian in me thought, you know what? I'm gonna, you know what? I forgive her. I'm not gonna call her and say or forgive her. I'm just not gonna call her today. I'm not gonna call her because my plan was to call her last night. My plan was to call her every day, a couple times a day, and so until she put a restraining order on me. I mean, it wasn't violence. It wasn't violence. Violence. Let me tell you something. I had chickens that went over in her yard, and she got so mad that the chickens were over in her yard. She says they ate my grass. So you know what I did? This is over the years. What I did is I aerated her lawn and I reseeded the entire front lawn. I spread fertilizer. I did so much. Whenever she would complain about anything, I went so far and I'd assure her, said, you know what, I'll tell you what, I'll do this. And remember, I paid for the fertilizer, and the gas and stuff, and I never got a thank you from her. So only that side of the lawn where she said my chickens ate, that was the only thing growing. Of course, you got the chicken fertilizer. So I had jumped through hoops trying to make, and the people rented from her were my friends. I mean, in fact, when he was in trouble, um, he fell at the gym, and I followed him home to make sure he got home. There was, and they gave me some stuff when they moved. In fact, the fireplace you see over there, the electric, they gave it to me. Wonderful, sweet people. I know everybody on the next three streets. They're all my friends. They're all. So anybody who was looking at that house next door, I wanted to, I've sold houses around here by greeting them and saying, you know what, we all have our each other's phone numbers. It just, and we look out. There's nobody who pulls up into your driveway that shouldn't be there, that you don't know about because we call you. It's that kind of neighborhood. If you have a dog that gets out and runs down the street, well, your neighbor will invite your dog in to have lunch, or until you get home, and then they'll bring the dog back. It's except for, but anyway, it's one of those things. You give, you give, you give, and I have had block parties, I've had garage sales, and I've been inviting them all. So this is the kind of neighbor I am. And then when we've got two crazy people in the neighborhood. I have not taken on the one, uh, uh, because and you know what? Why do crazy people marry the greatest husbands in the world? So both husbands, I love them, and so does my husband. Great, great, great. But this lady, the other lady's living with half a death. But basically, it's and that's fine. You can be crazy, but don't be crazy on me more than I'll keep forgiving you, like Jesus said, 7 times 70. Oh, good. Oh, that's my dentist reminded me. Okay, I was thinking. Yeah, I know. You you heard the phone ring. And you know what? Wouldn't it be fun if it was her? I'd pick it up and you guys would see me. Yeah. They're telling me it's the 29th. I've got that. Yeah. I don't miss dentist appointments. Look at my teeth. I'm a freak. I'd rather go to the dentist than the neurologist. I might not walk, but I'm going to have teeth. Stupid. Stupid. Anyway, so and so you get somebody who's crazy, who is crazy on everybody else. That's one thing. But when that crazy person comes to me and you know, and here I think because my dad said to me when I was a kid, if somebody's going to hurt you, if somebody didn't try to hurt you, if somebody didn't come at you, die trying to defend yourself. So when I was in high school, I remember I was in high school and the bullies we were in the corner of it was me, a really tough softball player, kind of a gay, masculine gal, big gal, and a little Jewish guy with a long stick. He was stage crew. So we're in the corner, and they're picking up ice balls and they're throwing at us, right? And they were cowering, and I snapped and I grabbed the pole, and there was five of these bully girls, and I ran after them. Girl, come on! You want a piece? You want us? Well, because I was gonna die. I don't care if they were gonna hit me with an ice ball because my adrenaline, I snapped, and that's the way that was without steroids. So when I, poke the tiger, poke, poke. I forgive, I forgive, I forgive, I forgive, and until what's the saying? Your permission to throw your fist up where my nose begins. You hit my nose, then it's on. You know what I said yesterday when I say every time they want to put a IV in me, I say, don't tell me little stick, don't tell me big stick, because if you tell me that and I feel that poke, then it's on. Then it's on. Come on, and I say, look, if you say little stick, I'm going to hit you back. So don't say little stick. Plus, you know what? If they say little stick, there's anxiety, there's anxiousness, and my veins roll, and I yank back. So just don't warn me. If you don't warn me, there's a chance I won't flinch. By the way, when I was getting the IV, let me tell you something. This is different. Uh, uh, this is completely different. Um, Normally, you go to the IV place. If you're in the hospital and stuff, they'll pull out the 27 gauge IV needle, and then if they want to do your hands, it's a 24 gauge. Well, yesterday I was at the at this MS IV place. Well, this great neurologist. I'm so blessed to get this. My old one knew. And you know what? When I was getting the IV, you know what Marika said? She says they only use 22 gauge IV needles. 22 gauge. 22 gauge is so small that honestly, okay, she did it right here. I didn't feel it. See, I still got the bruise from when they used a 24-inch gauge needle right here, and they missed a vein here. And let me tell you something. 20 is a 22 gauge. So the reason why I'm telling you this is that those of us who get IVs, when we go into these to get the IVs, ask them, can I get a 22 cc? Also, make sure how they put the tourniquet on you and stuff. You know what? When you think it's too tight, ask them to make it even tighter because your veins will pop out more. You guys know the IV protocol. Drink tons of water before your IV, the day before your IV. So be prepared to feel, if you're like me, just wear a diaper because you're gonna be a leaky faucet. All right. So go ahead, drink tons of water. Try to lift some weights, do some bicep curls, and about 20 minutes before, bring like a little Dove chocolate, or you got to bring some sugar. You have to bring something. You have to eat that because what happens is when you eat the sugar, your veins come up to the surface. So the three things. Oh, Sarah, you stop bragging. You have a port. You know what? You have a port, and you get to Sabri. You must have really bad veins there. So, Chris, no needles in my hands, only in the crook of your arm. Problem is when they do it in the crook in your arm, you can't bend. And there is no doubt you bend your arm and you stop the drip a couple times. That's the only problem. So, but try doing it that way. Try for the first, just try that protocol. Drink lots of water, lift weights, and the next morning you're supposed to have a nice full, complete breakfast before your IV. Go there, and 20 minutes before they stick you, take some sugar because that pops your veins to the end. And I know that because remember I was at University of Pennsylvania, and I was such a hard stick they called the neonatal unit in. And the reason, Linda, you're here. Oh my gosh, Linda. Oh my gosh, Linda, it's been a while. It's been a while. All right. So, and the reason why they call that also for those of us who swim out in the sun or get our vitamin D naturally in the sun, we have tough skin. I have great veins but tough skin. Problem is when they say little stick and they're trying to dig underneath my skin, the veins start rolling, right? So they don't want that. So they can't warn me because they can't warn me. Another option you have is you can get something called Prilocaine. Ask your doctor, your general practitioner, for a prescription of Prilocaine. All right, for anybody who has that. And what you do is smear it on your forearm. You take a couple patches. All right. So nowhere they because valves will make it painful. So take the couple of patches of veins that typically pop out. Spread the Prilocaine. This is an hour before your IV, and wrap it with Saran wrap, right? And then do your other arm in case they fail. Now, what the Prilocaine will do when you get there is it deadens the skin. So it's a analgesic. It's like and that will so it won't hurt at all in your skin because at one point I got an IV. And this is before it became a wimp and I'm a little bit better now at not being a wimp. It took them 6 times trying to get me, and they're digging under because they're trying to find the vein that sunk down. It's like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Thank you, Mace. I can't believe that it's 50. You know what? I must be on steroids. I must be on steroids for me to be able to talk. You know what? I went, I was so hungry because I was there. Let's see, I left at 7 and I came home at 4 and I had just fruit. So I stopped by this deli and they had something called the burger cookie. Burger cookies is a Maryland thing, and they're basically sweet cookies with fudge icing on top of it. They're nasty unless you're a 6-year-old kid. So I'm standing there and I'm getting a cheesesteak hoagie, and there's a gal behind the counter. I'm paying for it, and I look at the burger cookies, and I said to her, "They're the nastiest things I ever put in my mouth." And I put a lot of nasty things in my mouth. She had no sense of humor, right? I thought that was funny, but I didn't say anything. And she's like, "Okay." I said, "Do you like burger cookies?" And she says, "No, they're a little sweet for me." And she's an older. She wasn't laughing, and I tried to make another joke, she didn't laugh. And I finally looked at her and I said, "You can't wait till I leave, can you?" Then she smiled. She says, "That's not true. That's not true." No. Anyway, I don't know. Anyway, Jane, easy peasy. I can't wait. Thursday for surgery. Okay. Okay. So you're talking, Chris, you're talking about your cataracts. Oh, you can see colors again. Oh, I'm so pleased. Yeah. All right, bleeder. Susan, are you a bleeder because you take aspirin? You were only supposed to take Tylenol before. I'm a bleeder too. So when they stuck me on the side thing there, I bled all over the floor, and she was little. Uh, that's happened. That's happened to me, and I enjoyed it. Well, no, I didn't enjoy bleeding all over the floor, but I enjoyed that she stuck it, and she says, "I'm so sorry you're bleeding." I was like, "Don't worry, don't." You know what? It didn't hurt, and you got a faint. Anyway, all right, I'm talking too much, but I was in that IV room. I opened the door, saw people sit in the chair. So I said, let the party begin. I'm here. So I'm sure they're all going to be rescheduled to make darn sure that they're not going to be in that IV room with me. But I invited Kelly, if you're here, Adam, if you're here, and Lori, if you're here. Because there's 12 people anonymously watching this. If you guys are here, thank you for being here. Please consider joining us and helping each other. Uh, uh, you know what? I love all of you. I know we've been, you know what? Yeah, bet the nurse was glad you weren't. No, I was on steroids. Chris, she gave me 1,000 milligrams before she gave me the rituximab. In fact, I told her, I said, you really shouldn't. If you have to, give me 500 milligrams. You do not want to give me a gram. Plus, by the way, I need to tell them, I need to talk to them a little bit because they can't I've got osteoporosis in my left hip. Oh my God, it's like, I don't know. Well, so I can talk about that for those of you who osteoporosis. There's not rituxan. I don't know. But forget it. All right, we're going to be back together. We're going to be back together on Thursday. God bless you. Remember, we're here for each other, and we all have stories. Uh, uh, you know what? If anybody would like to, you know what? I'm too dense. You know what? If anybody wants to be on this instead of me or for me and all, see this? In fact, I'll tell you what. If you want to go, you want to be on MSI that bad, I'll figure a way to come to you and we'll do it together. I'll just be there and you can talk. Anyway, so I love you all. May God go to msfrontiers.org. If you're on Facebook, please, all you have to do is follow me. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to my channel and join us there. Also, worry about nothing, but in everything through prayer and supplication or petition and thanksgiving, make your request known to God, and may the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, guards our hearts and minds on Christ Jesus. Remember, we are each other's blessing, and I thank you for being my blessing, Chris and Jane and Cherie and Sarah and Gina and Tim and Dennis and I know some of you haven't talked there and I'm thinking about all of you and I love you all dearly and you love each other. So until Thursday. All right, let's do it again. Love you. And see you on Thursday. Maze and Karen and oh my gosh, I forgot about you guys. I love you. And Frank and Frank. Uh, all right. I thank God for you. Thank you for being here for me. Love my guys, love my girls, and I'll talk to you on Thursday. Bye.